Hello everyone, welcome back, Savertus here, coming back with part 3 of What If Deku had half and half Quirk. Now, where we last left off, Izuku has, of course, lost consciousness after electrocuting the zero pointer and start falling from the sky. After that, of course, none other than, what was her name? Oraka, yes? Saved him by just slapping the shit out of his face before he smashed into the ground. As right now Izuku unconscious inside the hospital view A, or in the nurse office. As before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, my Discord down in the description if you want to give me ideas, talk with me, or maybe just insult me on, of course, Discord. You will find Discord down in the description. Now let's get right into it. As Izuku opened his eyes and said, where am I? As he looked in front of him on the left side, he see none other than the recovery girl. As the recovery girl said, "Oh, good, you are finally awake, my dear. Well, you have lost a lot of energy in your fight, and you are such a reckless little kid. You used a lot of your powers. Your organs were about to stop." As Izuku said, what do you mean by a fight? What kind of fight? As after that, of course, the recovery girl said, the zero pointer when you electrocuting him using your power, that's the fight that I'm talking about. As Izuku, remember and said, oh, yeah, sorry, I just forgot. As, of course, recovery girl said, alright, just drink some water and I'm gonna call the others. As Izuku just taking some water, and after that recovery girl leaving the room. As after that, once she leave the room and telling everyone else, Bakugo come busting in saying, what the fuck, Deku, what's happened there? I knew that you were gonna do something stupid. You and your fucking stupid ass half and half Quirk, you were gonna kill yourself, and after that your mother will gonna just blame me for everything that you did to yourself. You're really giving me a headache. As Izuku said, yeah, I also love you, Bakugo. It's not a big deal. Thank you for worrying about me. As Bakugo said, I don't fucking care about you. I hope you die. And I wish that you were gonna burn in the fucking hell. As Izuku said, yeah, whatever. I also, thankful for you coming here. As after that, immediately All Might come in. As he said, well, good morning, young Midoriya. I hope that you are alright. As Izuku said, oh, All Might, yeah, I'm alright. Thanks for asking. So what should I do now? As All Might said, well, first of all, you have fallen conscious after using your powers, which is, I need to say that it was very devastating power indeed. But that's beside the point. Since you are here and we already know the result, I'm happy to tell you that you will be in Class 1A in UA. And of course, you passed the exam with flying colors, getting the first place. As Izuku hearing this, he said, did you hear this, explosion head? As Bakugo said, then, what did you just said, All Might? As All Might said, young Midoriya has got the first place with the flying colors, and also you, Bakugo, Katsuki Baku, you got the second place. Well, if you just saved a couple of people, maybe you were about to, of course, surpass Izuku. But since he helped someone and saved him by his life, he really deserved to get the first place. As Izuku said, suck it, explosion head. As after that, Baku said, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna buy you a pizza. As Izuku said, hell yeah. Well, I should leave. See you around, All Might. As All Might said, well, young Midoriya, one last thing. There is one person that particularly, there is one person that wants to talk with you. As Izuku said, who is he? As All Might said, well, you know him by the name Endeavor. As Izuku said, Endeavor? What does Endeavor want from me? As All Might said, I don't really know, but he's quite was looking at you the whole time. I think that he like you, which is a very, I doesn't know if this is a good thing or not. But just go and talk with him. As Izuku said, alright. Bakugo, are you? As Bakugo said, go fuck yourself. I don't care if Endeavor will gonna blow your face or burning you into a crisp. You just go there, as Izuku said, thank you. Well, where he is, as after that, All Might just telling Izuku where his Endeavor is, as Izuku go into a room where his, Endeavor just sitting down waiting for him, and Izuku seeing in front of him none other than Endeavor himself, as he said, you wanted to see me, Mr. Endeavor? As Endeavor said, yes, kid, sit down. As Izuku, just sit down in front of Endeavor while Endeavor is just basically on flame. And Izuku said, why did you call for me? As Endeavor said, I was interested in your fighting style and your abilities and your quirk. Can I know its name? As Izuku said, its name, normally I would call it, half and half, half air, half lightning, but yeah, I just, in my mind I always was calling it, Storm Thunder or something like that. It's not really the best name, but that's, something, as Endeavor said. Alright, listen here, kid. I actually was impressed by how much strong you are. So, I giving you a chance to train at my agency from now on. Alright, as Izuku said, what? You want me to train at your agency? As Endeavor said, yes. After you done from UA, and just go back into your home, go into my agency and don't get late. We will gonna train every now and then, alright? As Izuku said, is this seriously? Are you serious? But why are you exactly want to train me? As Endeavor said, well, I saw some potential in you, and I can say that you will gonna get along with some other person in my agency that also trained there. So, what are you saying, kid? I think, training with the number 2 hero is a big thing, don't you think? As Izuku said, yeah, sure thing. I can learn a lot. Thank you, Mr. Endeavor. As after that, Endeavor said, good. Now, go back into your home and go into the agency of mine after school, alright? As Izuku said, alright, as after that, Izuku just leaving the place and meet with Bakugo as he explained what's happened with, of course, Endeavor. In the end, Izuku go back into his home, eating some dinner, going into sleep, brushing his teeth, going out of the, bathroom, taking his clothes, and go into UA. As after that, Izuku just going into the class, and after that, he just get inside, as suddenly someone start touching his shoulder from behind. Bakugo, of course, by Izuku's side, because they were walking into the school together. As he looking behind, he see a girl with a brown hair just looking at him, as she said, hey, this is the blue and silver haired kid that saved me. As Izuku said, who are you again? And I really doesn't remember you. As Araka said, you really don't remember me? I am the girl that you saved from the 0-pointer. As Izuku said, oh, yeah, you. Sorry, my memory is quite Albert. I'm sorry, I'm just sorry. As Araka said, it's not a big deal. So, what are you doing tonight? As Izuku said, oh, I was, but before he continued, suddenly he heard a sound from behind Araka saying, if you are here to make friends, then how about you just take your shit out and leave my class? As Izuku looking behind Araka, he see just a black figured man, someone wearing a black suit with a weird looking scarf around his neck with a long black hair. As the guy just get inside the place and immediately said, everyone sit down. As everyone just sit down, and after that he continued saying, well, good morning class, my name is Shoto Aizawa. I am your homeroom teacher from now on, and if I saw any one of you just slacking around, I'm gonna fucking kick him into the general course, understand? As after that, he said, alright, wear this gym uniform and meet me outside. As Araka lifting her hand up and said, but aren't we gonna, as Eraser has said, if I heard any other world, I'm gonna fucking throw you out of UA, not only to the general course, understand? As after that, Araka just putting her hand down and immediately just stand up and taking the gym uniform, as he said, good, now follow her into the changing room. And after that, Izuku and everyone else leave into the changing room. In the end, Izuku in the changing room, he's just changing, and after that Baku said, "So, what do you think about that teacher, Deku?" As Izuku said, he seemed quite the hard kind of a teacher that will not gonna let us lurk around, and he doesn't seem to be joking if he said that he will just gonna, throw us into the general course. So, I say that we should just stick with the rules." As after that, Izuku hearing someone say, hey guys, look, I found a hole into the girls' peeking, changing room. As after that, Ida just come closer into, of course, Mineta and said, "Mineta, stop this." As Mineta said, "Stop me if you can." As after that, suddenly Mineta feeling a hand on his head as he said, what the? As immediately after that, Izuku using his right arm immediately electrocuting the head of Mineta, making him, lose consciousness. As Mineta body start to, smoke, and Izuku, right arm start to smoke. As he said, there, done. Alright, let's just leave. As Baku said, "Oh man, I really love when you're doing this. It's really giving me such a nice time to see whatever the people. I mean, did you saw how the hell that kid just jogged like, I don't know, he just gone so fucking weird. Alright, let's just get out of here." As after that, Izuku and Baku just leave the place, as meeting outside with none other than, of course, Shoto Aizawa. As Aizawa said, "Well, class, for the person that got the first place in the entrance exam, Izuku Midoriya, come here." As Izuku just come forward, and after that Aizawa said, "Here, throw this ball as hard as you can with your quirk." As Izuku said, "Sure thing." And after that, Izuku holding the ball with his left arm, as he immediately making surround the ball with wind, and immediately using an ability of a wind cannon, shooting the ball up in the air, getting him into 1000 for his ability to manipulate wind around of him, and also his air cannon was strong enough to push it so far. As Aizawa said, "Impressive. Now the second person, Katsuki Baku." As Baku said, "See, look, I'm gonna get even better than you, fucking Deku." As after that, he just taking the ball and throw it, getting him, let's just say 978. As after that, everyone just doing their normal things, but Izuku feeling someone watching him, as he just looking on his left, and after that, he hearing, of course, Aizawa said, "Now the third person, Shoto Aizawa, come here, or come on, throw this ball." As Izuku seeing that a girl that looking like this coming out of the class and get inside, of course, the circle, as she immediately holding the ball with her, of course, right arm, as she just throw it up in the air, and after that using a pillar out of ice, just pushing it even forward. As in the end, she got something compared to Izuku and Bakugo. And after that, Aizawa said, "Impressive." As Izuku just seeing her, going back into the class, and she just looking daggers at Izuku, which making him immediately, turn his head into the other side. As Bakugo said, "What's wrong, Deku?" As Izuku said, "I don't know, this girl is, she's looking weird. I don't know, but I feel like she want to kill me." As Bakugo said, "You mean like the other 20 girl in the middle school? That they all were, I don't know, just surrounding you all day and night. You really were annoying in the middle school." As Izuku said, "Yeah, whatever." And after that, everyone just doing everything, and Izuku and Baku start walking out of UA. As Baku said, "So, should we go into the home?" As Izuku said, "Nah, sorry, I have to go into the agency of Endeavor." As Baku said, "Are you seriously gonna train with that asshole? You know how he is acting." As Izuku said, I know exactly how Endeavor is, but, experience from the number 2 hero will be such a helpful thing to have, and also I'll be able to beat you even easier with his, skills on my side." As, of course, Baku said, whatever. And after that, Izuku just leave the place, going into, of course, none other than Enji Todoroki agency, which is basically, if you didn't, don't know, Enji Todoroki is the name of Endeavor, which is basically once I heard of it, you know, whatever. Why am I even telling you some facts about Endeavor? Anyways, Izuku going into the agency, meeting with everyone else here as he being sent into the, of course, the last floor in the top of the building, as he, you know, of course the doors just open up as he see in front of him Endeavor just sitting on a chair with a wooden desk in front of him, as Endeavor said, young Midoriya, come here. As after that, Izuku just sitting in front of Endeavor, and Endeavor said, so, how was your day in school? As Izuku said, good. It's not, you know, it's a good first day, as Endeavor said, good. So, what did you do? As Izuku said, we did, you know, a Quirk apprehension test, as Endeavor said, good. As Izuku said, so when are we gonna start training? As of course Endeavor said, once she came. As after that Izuku said, she came? As after that the elevator opened up, and Izuku looking back, he see the same girl that with the, you know, half hair and, you know, white and red hair as coming out of the, of course, the elevator. As after that Izuku said, wait, is this? As Endeavor said, well, Shoto, this is the kid that I was talking about. As after that Izuku said, so you are, you know, the daughter of Endeavor? As, you know, Todoroki she's just quiet. As after that Endeavor said, alright, I think we can start training. And after that, immediately Izuku, Endeavor, and Todoroki as just got into the elevator, as they just start going down and down, while Izuku standing by the side of Todoroki and Endeavor just standing behind both of them. And Izuku's quite, you know, doesn't know what the hell he got himself into. As in the end, they got into even, you know, like, how can I say it? A level underground, like an underground facility for training. As Endeavor said, good, now come in, kid. As Izuku said, well, you have all this place to train? As Endeavor said, yeah, this place is made specially to be immune to fire abilities, but since you are an electric one, I don't really see so much damage that you will gonna do into this place. As Izuku said, alright, so who am I gonna fight against? As after that, Endeavor said, you will gonna fight against Todoroki, or, you know, Shoto. As Izuku said, so are we gonna fight against each other? Hey, I don't think that I introduced myself properly. My name is Izuku Midoriya. You are Todoroki, right? As, you know, Shoto just leaving Izuku and immediately got inside the arena. As Endeavor said, you know, Izuku said, looking at Endeavor, and he said, she's not. As Endeavor said, just go in, kid. As after that, Izuku just go in, and after that, Endeavor said, alright, 3, 2, 1, fight! As immediately after that, Todoroki, without a hesitation, shooting a giant wave of ice on Izuku. Izuku immediately dodging this attack into the left, but he was immediately meet up with another, like a wave of course, ice on him, as he'd actually, you know, freeze the right side of Izuku. And Izuku after that seeing another pillar of ice just going right at him, as he immediately using his right side, throwing a strong bolt of lightning on the ice, exploding it, and after that just using his left hand, pushing himself into the right. As Todoroki immediately didn't wait any longer and throwing even much more ice on Izuku. Izuku just smashing his right arm down into the ground, shooting like an electricity wave into Todoroki. Todoroki immediately using a pillar of ice, pushing herself, you know, up in the air, and right now she's standing on the top of a pillar of ice. As she said, is this all what you got? I was thinking that you were gonna get even more stronger than that. As Izuku said, why the hell are you so aggressive at me? As she immediately, without a hesitation, throwing much more ice on Izuku. Izuku starts, you know, shooting some, you know, balls of electricity on the, of course, the ice that she throwing at him. And immediately after that, Izuku seeing a wave of ice going right at him, Izuku dodging this into the left and immediately using his, you know, left arm, throwing like a wind guts on, of course, Todoroki pushing her off of the ice pillar. Immediately after that, Izuku putting his right arm down into the ground and shooting an electricity wave going directly at Todoroki. Todoroki immediately being electrocuted by this, but she used surrounding herself by ice, so she doesn't get so damaged. In the end, Izuku stopped because his organs are about to stop, so he decided to make like an oxygen bubble around his body so he can breathe normally, or breathe better. As after that, Todoroki just break the ice and said, "Idiot, you think that you are stronger than me and you will be able to defeat me?" As after that, Izuku said, "I didn't say that I'm better than you." After that, she immediately pushing her leg even further into the ground and shooting even a bigger wave of ice on Izuku. Izuku immediately creating like a wind shield in front of him, but he immediately being pushed forward into a wall, as Todoroki throwing ice at him and freezing his body. As Izuku had to start still out of the ice, but all of his body still inside the ice. As Izuku said, "Damn it," as he looking back on Todoroki to see her about to stop, but she immediately without a hesitation throw even more ice at him, not stopping. As Izuku said, wait, I lost," as she immediately were about to hit him, but Izuku exploded himself with electricity to free himself. As Izuku said, "Alright, if you want to be the hard way, then the hard way it is." As Izuku immediately raising his right arm up in the air and shooting like an electricity wave around the place, as the lights start to flicker and the machines of the place start to get getting a little bit corrupted and start to explode. As after that, Todoroki start to make like a wall of ice in front of her, but she immediately start being electrocuted from all sides, all direction, and after that she just fall on the ground unconscious, just fall on the ground and start smoking, while Izuku right side start to smoke and his clothes start to get a little bit ripped off. As after that, Endeavor said, "Izuku wins." As after that, like a team of healers that having a healing quirk just come into the place, and after that just taking care of Todoroki and Izuku. As after that, Todoroki just looking at Izuku daggers and Izuku just looking away. As Endeavor said, "That was a good fight from both of you. And Todoroki, Shoto, I'm happy that you have finally decided to come here and train." As after that, Todoroki just stand up and said, "I just come here to see what the fuck are you talking about, and who's that person that you are so much obsessed with? And now I see that he's just an asshole, just like you." As she just leave the place. As Izuku said, "What was all of that?" As Endeavor said, "Todoroki is, Shoto is such a hard girl. She's not easy to talk with. She just said that she will gonna see you, because when she heard that I am going to train someone else other than her because she refused to work with me, she got angry, so she decided to come today and fight you." As Izuku said, "So that was just she challenged me into a fight or something like that to prove that she is better than me, and you will never gonna have a student better than her?" As Endeavor said, "I don't really know what's happening in her mind, but don't worry about that too much. You just go back into your home, alright?" As Izuku said, alright. And after that, Izuku just leave the place and Endeavor go to, talk with Todoroki. As, right now, Endeavor just sitting in his office with Todoroki sitting on the chair in front of him, As after that, Endeavor said, "Todoroki, what the hell was that? Shoto, what the hell was that?" As Todoroki said, "So that's the person that you were talking about so much?" As Endeavor said, "Yes, and whether you liked it or not, he will be the one that I choose." As Todoroki said, "Bullshit, I'm not gonna accept him. He's an asshole just like you. Just trusting himself too much, thinking that he's better than everyone else. You just like him because he's you." As Endeavor said, "Well, I wouldn't say that he's me, but he have some similarities." As Todoroki said, "I'm not ever gonna marry him." As after that, she just leave the place. after just kicking the chair out of the window, as Endeavor just sitting down and said, "You can't refuse the truth," as Todoroki said, "Watch me," as after that she just leave the building and leaving the place. And this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.